Hi everyone, my name is Navin Suryarati. I'm part of Link4's marketing team and I will also be your host for the day. First and foremost, thank you so much for joining with us today. We're due to start in a few minutes. We're just going to wait for a little longer just to allow some time for everybody else to log in. But while we wait, a reminder that today's webinar is an industry focus session and we cover the benefits of e-invoicing for small business owners as well as the finance managers or accountants. And it's a session that we believe will be very beneficial in terms of understanding how you can get paid faster and ultimately improve your cash flow. Also, since this is a webinar, you won't be audible or visible today, but if you do have questions, you can send us your queries through the Zoom chat feature and we will tackle them at the end of the session. All right, I think it's time to start. Today's webinar is titled E-Invoicing for Small Businesses, How to Get Paid Faster and Improve Your Cash Flow. It's a session we have organized to support the New South Wales Government, as they've declared that October is the New South Wales Small Business Month. All right, so let's take a look at today's agenda. So first and foremost, we want to introduce to you guys who Link4 is, right? To tell you a bit about our story. And then, of course, explain what is e-invoicing and how does it work. We are focusing a lot on the benefits that e-invoicing provides, especially for small businesses. And we will also touch on how to practice secure e-invoicing, or rather how to practice e-invoicing through e-invoicing, right? And of course, last but not least, we will explain how you can get started with e-invoicing in your own business. So to take you guys through today's presentation, we have with us Ekta Desai. Ekta is part of our business development team, and she's based in our Sydney office. Ekta, the platform is yours.
Hey, thank you, Naduni, and hello, everyone. So just before we get into understanding what e-invoicing is and talk about its benefits, let me just quickly walk you through a bit around Link4. So Link4 was founded in 2016 on the back of the thought process of resolving invoice processing challenges for Australian businesses. As at that time, it stood out that invoice processing was one of the key pain points, along with payment times being another one. At that time, some of the solutions that were available in the market, they were just workaround and not the solution that businesses were really after. And this is around the same time when Australian government was also looking to tap into and explore into e-invoicing as well as PayPal network. So we created Link4 to make a connection initially with 6 main accounting systems that were in use commonly by Australian businesses, just to make sure that they could continue to use their own accounting software and have minimum impact when they are switching to e-invoicing. As of now, we do have around 4,000 small businesses actively using Link4. We also have several large enterprise businesses, as well as some of the government agencies using Link4. Currently, we operate in Australia, New Zealand, UK, and Singapore. So that's us. Now, let's take a look into what e-invoicing is. So e-invoicing is a way of electronically send and receive invoice between one accounting software to another accounting system. So what happens with invoicing? The invoice or document information, it flows through an encrypted transmission, and it goes into the accounting system of your customer in real time. Invoicing eliminates paper-based and PDF invoices, as well as it also takes away manual data entry of invoice information. So you'll see that it will streamline both receivables as well as payable processes for your business. And once your business is registered, you simply can start transacting with any business on the same network. As of now, if you see Australia-wide, there are around 35,000 businesses who are registered on PayPal network. And Australia actually has seen quite a decent growth from last year, which is around 55% in terms of new businesses joining in and adopting to e-invoicing, which is pretty good. Now let's understand what PayPal is all about. So PayPal framework is a four-corner model essentially. It is a set of technical standards of European standards, and it is implemented by access points like us. So when I say, every time I say access point, means companies like Link4, who are facilitating e-invoice solution to all the businesses. So we need to make sure that we implement these standards to be able to facilitate sending or receiving of different types of business document. So essentially, it's a four-corner model. So corner one, as you can see on the slide, it represents suppliers' accounting system or ERP system or finance system. Corner two is an access point, which is like us. So in this case, it's Link4. Corner three would be another access point. So your customer might be using either Link4 or any other access point provider or e-invoicing provider, so to say. And then corner four is your buyer. So when you send an invoice from corner one, so if you're a supplier, if you want to send an invoice, you'll start from corner one, from your accounting system. The data of the invoice will go to Link4. From Link4, it will go to another access point, or if it's us, then it will go to it will transmit within Link4, and then it will go into your buyer's accounting system. Now, you'll also notice that in each country, there are different government bodies who manages accreditation of PayPal standards for the vendors like us. So in Australia, it's ATO. In New Zealand, if you see, it's Ministry of Business Innovation and Employment, etc. So in Australia, ATO makes sure that all the vendors meet required standard, like the PayPal standards. And in order to do that, we do have to go through a rigorous process to be on approved panel of providers. So what it means is that from the businesses who wants to adopt it, it actually takes away a lot of pain from you to conduct these processes yourself. So it just makes it easier for you to select your vendor to send or receive invoices. So in short, it allows the accounting system to talk to each other in real time without the use of email, PDF, or Word documents. So hope we are across the basic understanding of what e-invoicing is and what a PayPal standard is. Now let's take a look at invoicing benefits. So there are many benefits of e-invoicing, including adding to your cash flow quicker, which is our focus for today. So it also provides faster payments. Just to give you an example, for some of our existing users who are using e-invoicing, the payment term for them reduced to 5 to 7 days due to no human errors as well as no loss of information. It also improves your early repayment as well as on-time payment cycle. At the same time, it also reduces your late payment cycle. Again, to give you another example, one of our Link4 existing client, they have reported that there was an improvement of around 50% in their on-time as well as early repayment. At the same time, their late payment went down from an average 8 days to 2 days, which is quite a huge saving as it allows businesses to access their funds quite quicker. Invoicing is more efficient and it is error-free as it takes away the manual handling of the invoices, and the invoice data is delivered in real time into the accounting system as well. Now, again, just to give you an example, some of our existing customers, they mentioned and reported that they've seen the improvement of around 50% in their straight-through processing itself. So this is a huge efficiency gain when it comes to using invoicing. Invoicing is cost-effective as well, as on an average, the total cost of invoice processing using the invoicing goes down to $10 per invoice. And also, due to fast payments, it adds to improving your cash flow, as we mentioned before. Invoicing is secured as well. So you could, avoid payment redirection, scam, etc., by implementing invoicing as well. There are some other added benefits to invoicing as well. So it just doesn't stop there. That it does offer real-time transactions as well as invoice status update. So invoice status update is a real-time status update of the invoice, like where the invoice is. For example, if the invoice has been received, whether it's in under review, whether it's approved, rejected, paid, etc. So there are 6 different types of invoice response that that businesses can select. And again, to give you an example, one of our existing client who uses this feature, they've reported that their supply queries went down by 70%, speeding up their response time to 14 days to less than 24 hours. So again, lots of savings there. I think we already touched on faster cash flow and reduced payment terms just earlier. However, just because of these benefits, it also improves your long-term business relationship as well. So that's an added benefit as well. E-invoicing also resolves information security and privacy concerns, as the sensitive pricing information contained within those invoices are protected as well as it improves your record keeping, reporting, compliance requirement and obligations as well, with the use of real-time data and digitized information. So as you can see, there are plenty of business benefits to using e-invoicing. And yeah, so these are the benefits. When you sign up for invoicing, yeah, you can tap into these benefits as well. Now, just quickly touching on our previous point, just bear with me. And I just wanted to quickly touch on one of the points that we went through, which was around avoiding invoice scam. So sorry, there's something really wrong with my slide. Just here. Okay. So I was just saying that you can practice secured invoice processing within your business by using e-invoicing. Now, just to give you some stat around invoice scams, in 2022 alone, businesses lost approximately 23 millions in invoice scams. And it is seen that most of the time, it is the small scale businesses that are the most vulnerable to you, and they are the one who suffers. However, you can avoid scams like that. So there are so many scams, for example, false billing or payment redirection scam, or your emails being compromised, phishing emails, etc. We're using e-invoicing, as we've just learned today that invoice information with using e-invoicing is exchanged directly between accounting system. And also it is exchanged through a security provided by the PayPal network in an encrypted manner as well. So you can actually avoid all these scams and save quite a lot in terms of money as well. Now, cost-wise, as you can see, processing and e-invoicing will cost you only $10 per invoice on an average, as compared to processing paper invoice or PDF invoice, which is $30 per invoice and $27 per invoice, respectively. So it is quite cost effective as well. And when it comes to connecting with your software, Link4 can work with any accounting system. Currently, we are integrated with ones that you're seeing on this slide. But at all, if you have, if you use different system, or if you build something in-house, please do let us know, and we can also work with that system as well. So let's take a look at what you need to do if you want to get it started. So for your business, if you want to sign up for invoices, you simply need to register and create a Link4 account and select the plan that's suitable to your business as well. So we've got a few different plans available, and you can pick one based on how many number of users you want, how many invoices you process, etc. And if you don't have any accounting system, you could also use one of our solutions that we offer at Link4, which is called Invoice Express. So this solution will actually help you build the create invoice within the software and send that as an e-invoice as well. So don't worry if you don't have any accounting system, you could still be able to get benefit of sending or receiving e-invoicing. Okay. And just lastly, here are some of our clients' testimonials. So please take a look at it. It's for your reference and review. But you'll see that a lot of our clients have mentioned that time saving, no manual handling, and access to faster cash flow are one of the major benefits, as well as the cost savings as well. So that's pretty much it that I wanted to provide you an overview with e-invoicing and just the basic understanding around what e-invoicing is, how easy it is to implement, and so many benefits that it can bring to your business. So what I'll do is I'll hand it over to Naduni for any questions that we have today. Naduni, over to you.
Thanks, Ekta. Let me see. Yeah, so Ekta, let's move to the Q&A session. What I will do is I will read them out one by one, and I will allow you, Ekta, to sort of provide the answers. Right. Okay.
Just sounds good.
All right, so the very first question we received is something that we receive very often in our webinars. So somebody has asked, do we still need to send invoices by email if we send them as e-invoices?
No, so the answer to that question is no. Because we are already sending it through one method, which is e-invoicing, you don't have to repeat the task for the same invoice. And the entire benefit of sending and receiving invoices through e-invoicing is that factor of removing the PDF and email invoices and word invoices as well. So yeah, no, you don't have to send a separate email.
Yeah,
or PDF.
exactly. All right, so next question. Is there any training available?
So yes, so I believe that this is to train your, so if that's the question for training your internal team, yes, you could enroll into our training session. We do offer training session which covers basic, again, we cover different topics. It runs for 2 hours. It's usually for 8 people, but if you have less than 8 people, you can collaborate with other small business and have a joint training session as well, just to save you some cost as well.
Nice. Yes, that's a really good option. All right, so another question. Is there any way to get all of my customers to accept e-invoices?
Yes. So when you create a link for account, we would make sure that we register you for to the e-invoicing network, which is the PayPal network that we spoke about. And from within the software, you'll have the ability to send invoices or request to receive invoices to those who are not on the network. So when you log on to your link for account, you'll be able to see there are 2 sections there, sending and receiving. And in each section, you'll see there are different list of ABNs, which is your customers or suppliers. And against each ABN, it will say whether they're active or inactive, meaning that whether they are on the network or they are not. If they are on the network, you know that they're able to send or receive invoices with that customer. If they're not, you do have the ability to send an invitation to those customer. And then, you can request them to receive invoicing as well. So it will be synced to your the list of ABNs within your software accounting system.
Right. I think there's a follow-up question, but I feel like you've already answered it. So the follow-up question is, how do I know who else is doing e-invoicing?
Yes, exactly. So when you log on to your link for software, it will tell you based on the ABNs that is synced with your accounting system, whether that particular business is on the network or no. And as I mentioned, you do have the ability to invite them. So that just makes it easier for you as well. And that way your customer will also know that, yes, you want to send e-invoicing, and then they would want to look into it and explore further as well.
Right. Thank you, Ekta. I haven't got any other questions on this end. Let's wait a few seconds and see. All right, so since we do not have any other questions, I believe we can conclude today's session. Ekta, thank you for taking the attendees today through the topic of e-invoicing and its benefits specifically for small businesses. To our audience, thank you once again for joining with us. Stay tuned for upcoming webinars on the topic of e-invoicing. We usually make any announcements for about any events we have across our social media platforms. And that is it for me as well. If you do have any questions post this session, please feel free to get in touch with us. You can actually directly email Ekta on her email, which is ektad@linkfor.co. All right, have yourselves a really good day.
Thanks,
Goodbye.
Navneet. Thanks, everyone. See you.